I asked ChatGPT to create a Dead by Daylight killer tier list. The AI wasn't perfect, so pay attention to spot the mistakes.
Here's a Dead by Daylight killer tier list based on their overall power, versatility, and viability in high-level play. S tier, Nurse. The Nurse is widely considered to be the strongest killer in the game due to her ability to teleport and ignore obstacles, making it difficult for survivors to escape her. She has a high learning curve but is extremely powerful in the hands of an experienced player. Spirit. The Spirit has a similar ability to the Nurse, but instead of teleporting, she phases through objects and can quickly close gaps to catch survivors off guard. Her power allows her to mind game survivors and outmaneuver them easily. A tier. The Hillbilly is a versatile killer with the ability to move quickly across the map using his chainsaw sprint. He can also use his chainsaw attack to instantly down survivors. Huntress. The Huntress is a ranged killer with the ability to throw hatchets at survivors from a distance, making her very effective at slowing down chases and catching survivors off guard. Death Slinger. The Death Slinger is also a ranged killer with a harpoon gun that can pull survivors towards him. This makes him effective at disrupting survivor loops and preventing survivors from gaining distance. Oni. The Oni is a powerful killer that gains increased speed and strength as he collects blood orbs from injured survivors. This allows him to quickly down survivors and close gaps, making him a strong pick in high-level play. Nemesis. Nemesis can infect survivors with the T-virus, making them weaker and easier to hit. He can also use his tentacle strike to injure survivors from a distance. Twins. The Twins consist of a two-part killer duo with a unique ability to control two separate characters. They can be very difficult to deal with for survivors, and have a strong presence in chases. Trickster. The Trickster is a ranged killer with throwing knives that injure survivors over time. He can also use his power to instantly down survivors. B tier. Doctor. The Doctor has the ability to shock survivors, causing them to scream and reveal their location. He can also increase his terror radius, making it difficult for survivors to hide from him. Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head can place a trail of torment that slows survivors and injures them over time. He can also use his iconic Great Knife to instantly down survivors. Blight. The Blight can charge forward and bounce off objects, allowing him to quickly move around the map and catch survivors off guard. He can also use his power to instantly down survivors. Clown. The Clown can throw bottles of intoxicating gas that slow survivors and impair their vision. He can also reload his bottles quickly, making him effective at slowing down chases. Demogorgon. The Demogorgon can place portals that allow him to quickly move around the map and catch survivors off guard. He can also use his power to pounce on survivors and injure them. Plague. The Plague can infect survivors with a sickness that makes them easier to track and exposes them if they cleanse themselves. She can also use her vomit to injure survivors and gain power. Cenobite. The Cenobite can place chains that slow down and injure survivors. He can also use his power to teleport to any chain he has placed on the map, making him effective at quickly moving around and surprising survivors. The Shape, also known as Michael Myers, is a stealth-based killer that can stalk survivors to increase his power and become stronger. He also has the ability to stalk survivors from a distance to build up his power. He is similar to Ghostface, but with a stronger presence in chases due to his increased speed and ability to instantly down survivors in Tier 3. Leatherface. Leatherface's chainsaw attack can instantly down survivors and break pallets, making him a strong force in chases. However, he lacks mobility in traversing the map, and can be easily looped by skilled survivors. Additionally, his chainsaw attack can be difficult to land against experienced survivors who know how to juke and avoid it. Overall, Leatherface can be a formidable killer in the right hands, but he does have his limitations. C tier, Trapper. The Trapper can place bear traps that injure and immobilize survivors. However, his power can be easily countered by survivors who are careful and observant. Wraith. The Wraith can turn invisible and move quickly across the map. However, he lacks mobility in chases and can be easily countered by survivors who know how to look for him. Freddy Krueger. Freddy can put survivors to sleep, causing them to enter the dream world and making it easier for him to find and catch them. He can also teleport to generators and other objects, making him effective at quickly traversing the map. Legion. The Legion can use his power to quickly move around the map and injure survivors. He can also apply a deep wound status effect, which causes survivors to bleed out quickly if they are not healed. D tier, Hag. The Hag can place phantasm traps that teleport her to survivors and injure them. However, her power is easily countered by survivors who are careful and observant. Ghostface. Ghostface can stalk survivors, revealing their auras and exposing them if he fully stalks them. However, he can be easily countered by survivors looking directly at him, and his power is not effective in chases. Pig. The Pig can crouch and ambush survivors, making her effective at catching them off guard. However, her power does not offer much benefit in chases, and her traps can be easily disarmed by survivors. Note that this tier list is based on general consensus and can vary depending on personal experience and playstyle. Some killers may perform better or worse depending on the map and survivor team composition, so it's important to experiment and find what works best for you. Additionally, some killers may be more effective in lower ranks than in high-level play.